Okay, good afternoon, Maria.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so as you know, this is just part of the course that you're undertaking at the moment to learn a few design skills. It's to help you market your English tutoring programs. So to put posts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn to help you kind of attract new clients.
Oh, that's great.
So, as part of that, I'm introducing you to a programming website called Canva. Well, a design website more, you can program your designs. So this is just a very brief kind of instruction on how to create a post on this website called Canva. And it's going to be useful for all those ones we mentioned. Primarily for you, it's going to be Facebook and Instagram, the two prime social medias that you interact with. And any questions at the moment?
No, I'm looking forward to having a look at what this is.
Great. Okay. The first one then, just a brief overview of the lesson of the structure. So in this lesson, we'll just learn how to create a design from scratch using Canva. So you can create it without any templates or anything gone before, just whatever you want. We'll do some quick tips on how to make your designs look better, how to choose the dimensions of your design, depending on the social media you use, and that's actually built into some of the program. And then how to create a background for your design, and how to add text, images, and more to your design. So, brief outline, we'll get to it. Just one little design tip. Before you go into Canva or anything like that, it's generally good to sketch out a rough outline of your idea on paper before you begin, because that way you actually have some kind of vision for what you want to do.
So like on a Word document or PowerPoint or something like that?
Word document, PowerPoint by hand, like even kind of that. I find that by hand is actually the best way, just to kind of put your vision or your idea down on paper first, and then you at least have something to go off.
Mm-hmm.
You have some kind of structure to then proceed from. And you also want to think about what you would like in the design and how to best position all these different things, because I mean, you've seen a lot of things. You use Instagram and Facebook a lot. You don't want to clutter everything, so there are going to be a few important things on positioning. One, you want to choose the right dimensions for your design. This is something we'll see when we actually do a little bit of the we do a little trial of the Canva program later, but the dimensions of any design will be important. We'll see that later. Now, choosing a background. This bit we'll just chat a little bit about this, just to see where your ideas are at. Background colors. What might different colors signify to the customer? Like, depending on which color you use, what do you think different colors kind of can signify?
It might signify mood, it might attract them in a certain way, it might get them to think, associate with certain thoughts, with certain other products maybe, or...
Do you have any kind of color or associations with different colors that you can think of, or general emotions?
I know blues, when you're feeling down, so sad. I think that that's what it means. I think white is purity, and so that kind of association. I think yellow friendship. I think it was.
Okay.
Red romance.
Romance
or pink romance. Yeah.
Pink romance or red, or perhaps like anger or aggression could be as well.
Yeah.
Depending on maybe what's around it.
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of background colors, what kind of combinations do you think might look good?
Well, I'm not very good myself with this, so it's but I would say like I like black and white, maybe with some red in there. That kind of combination, but big contrast maybe.
Okay, so you think contrast is the way to go?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So the next one, background image. You often add a grid. You know what a grid is in this situation?
If it's anything like on Word, I think so. Like with the squares.
Like a framing, to the picture, or the image. And then you can also, when you choose the background image, you can resize it, you can crop it, you can layer it with different ones. You can also add visual effects in to different things in the program. You can do different animations and different kind of fades in, fade outs, popping, and all these different
Something
things.
like PowerPoint, would it be?
Something like PowerPoint. I like to think it's more advanced than that, but potentially not. PowerPoint's pretty good these days. So also a few things to think about, like how does the image relate to the message?
Oh yeah, there has to be a direct link. I think the image has to be has to represent whatever the message is. I think.
It can't just be something completely like spurious.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
exactly. Yeah.
it may be a confusing message
Yeah.
to the person.
And that's
looking
why
at it.
also color is important there as well to
Uh-huh.
kind of assist in all of this to bring it together.
Yeah, tie everything together.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And what do you think about busyness in terms of the background? Is it too busy?
You don't want too busy.
What do you think I mean by busy?
Too many things in one place. So if it's cluttered with too much, I think that's not good. So too many things happening.
Yeah.
Image, too much text, too bright color maybe,
Uh-huh.
something like that, I reckon.
All right. And for the, like, what images can you imagine might convey a certain emotion? Like, can you think of any background image that you would look at that image and then it would make you feel something?
If they're sharp, let's say, that would bring more stronger, like more, I don't know, I guess aggressive kind of emotion. If you've got like, what are they called? The
Points of jagged edges?
Points, yeah. That kind of gives a strong emotion, especially if it's, I think of black, for example, black and
Uh-huh.
softer curves, that's
Mhm.
nice, soft, it feels
Soothing?
soothing, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
And the color white and pink kind of come there, yellow.
So what you're saying there is also a little bit about like the texture, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like-
Yeah.
Not just like the actual picture itself, but
Yeah,
the
like
kind
the
of like
tone, I
the
guess.
curves, the
Mm,
tones
yeah.
of the picture. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So again, like like with the background, you kind of the background thing you often want to aim for the impact over the content.
Mhm.
Like if you've got writing or something there, it's not like, oh, I really like this picture, so I need to have it in the background, right?
Mm.
You really want to have, well, what impact is this having
Mm.
on the person who's seeing it, and how well will it collate with the message I'm trying to convey? Nice. Any questions so far?
No.
No? Good. Excellent. All right, so this is just one example. What's the background there?
Yeah, and like pink rose. Is
Uh-huh.
that a rose? Yeah, it seems
Looks
like
like it,
the blossom of a rose, yeah.
See, you couldn't even tell on instant, kind of
Yeah.
instantly seeing it, right? But then when you look closer, you could.
Yeah, if you really focus, yeah. Otherwise, it's just, it was a nice pink background, yeah. It could have been a Saturn something as well. See, that reminds me of Saturn immediately.
Okay.
That kind
With
of
the rings, rings
the
around
rings
Saturn?
and the kind of color. The color as well brings
Okay.
that kind of association in my mind.
Is that a good association?
Yeah. Like soft,
Saturn. Alright.
silky, like a nice, comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, comfort.
Nice.
Sorry, comfort brings comfort.
It is recording. Just checking it was recording. Okay. So just a little bit about background images in general. Like you said before, if there's too much going on in the background, it's hard to overlay things like text or illustrations. Right? This one is fairly simple, right? There aren't a lot of colors swirling around. There isn't too much contrast, and if you'll put text or illustrations on top of it, if it's too busy, what kind of effect does that have? Like if you put text on top of it.
It's confusing. You can't really read. You won't be reading. You'll be either focusing on the image, and the text is kind of lost. But it still feels like lots is happening there. So it's not really effective. The message isn't coming through.
Message is lost.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Okay. There's also a thing with Canva that where you can crop the images to find like these pockets of texture. So as you can see, this isn't like a full rose. It's just like cropped down to a little part of it, because that's all we really need. We need the kind of texture and the effect from this picture here. So sometimes cropping it to find little pockets works better, and this way you can remove any space or features of the image that create too much noise, too much contrast. Some contrast is good. Too much contrast is just, like you said, too jarring, too blaring. All right. And then, like we said, the grid. around.
Mm.
The background image here, the grid, this image uses a grid to balance the visual hierarchy of the design.
Mm.
The user's eye is drawn to the photograph. So it pops forward, right?
Yeah.
It makes a
Yeah.
differentiation.
It frames it. Yeah.
Perfect, it frames it. Yeah. And what do you think about the choice of colours
I like it.
in this?
I like they're all similar. So, but then you have the nice little contrast, and it looks like a burger itself. So that's really, the association's really good there.
Yeah, they've actually made a burger of the writing to complement the actual photo of the burger.
Yeah.
So maybe it's swirly bacon or a bun or
The
something.
bun, and that contrast makes it obvious that that's the burger. So
Yeah.
the contrast needs to be, I guess, the thing that puts forward the
And the grid around the whole thing just brings
Yeah.
the whole thing forward. Makes it
together.
pop,
Yeah.
as some would say. Excellent. All right, and in the Canva design process, there are also these things called elements. These are like icons, photos, or illustrations. They can be little animations as well. So these need to be combined in a way that is visually appealing. Designed to appear, you need to harness the power of negative space. What do you think negative space is before we go further? Do you have any idea?
Space not used properly,
Not used properly?
not effectively.
Actually, negative space, also known as white space, is like can be any area within a design that is free from text, images, or embellishments. Doesn't actually have to be white, but yeah, it's like the empty space in the picture. Have you ever seen some adverts, none come to mind right now, but where like most of the advert is just plain. Then there's just like one thing in the corner or one thing in the middle.
Like Nike?
Like Nike, or I'm thinking maybe of Apple, stuff like that, often.
I can't remember Apple, I'm not sure.
So all that kind of white space or negative space is actually, it's the contrast with what is actually there.
Okay.
Makes that thing even more appealing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use negative space pretty effectively if you do it well. And designers love it because it can help create grouping, add emphasis, and improve legibility.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you've got text, you want some space around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you don't want it clustered and kind of
Yeah, you don't want clutter.
clashing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
For example, this one here, and choose the right fonts. Look for your the look of your fonts can have a huge impact on your design. Choosing one font is hard enough, but your design may need more than one typeface. For example, here and here. Often the nude cosmetics highlight your personality. You see they're different fonts.
Okay, yeah.
Why do you think they've chosen different fonts then?
Again, to stand out in a way, I guess, and that way they complement each other as well, but it's the standing out.
Yeah, I agree. There's that contrast, and then nude cosmetics is like the actual kind of brand name, so you want that to be identifiable and unique. The tagline doesn't necessarily need to be in the same font. But Canva, the program, always suggests never using more than 2 fonts in the design. Too many fonts tend to make the design look messy. Like you said, you pointed out many times the messiness, the cluttered nature of something. Don't forget about readability. If your fonts are too complicated, they can distract from your design. When you're probably young and using Word, Microsoft Word or something, you'd choose the wackiest, kind of zaniest kind of things everywhere. And then you got a little bit older and you figured that wasn't actually the best thing.
My students choose them now, and I realize how not nice they are for reading. They're not actually good for presenting.
Simplicity often goes a very long way in this kind of advertising. All right, any questions on that?
No, that seems straightforward.
And this one, by applying, just a little design tip, by applying fonts, color, and scale to your text, you can dramatically change the way your message is received. So it's all about framing, it's all about, like we said, the use of negative space as well, and how you put it all together. But all those things combined, I think you have a decent eye for it anyway, so you should be fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so like I said before, we're going to spend a little bit of time now actually introducing you to Canva and having a look at how to actually go about it. So, voila, this is Canva. So I've just created like, I've created an extra profile here, a free one. So you can actually go on here for free and have a lot of design. There's a pro account, but at the moment we're just using this one. I'll just show you like a brief outline of how to do an Instagram post, for example. You go to templates, so they have a whole load of templates that you can choose from, and they have it actually specified to different social media websites, so different specifications, different dimensions. They make it super easy for you. Social media, you click on that. Instagram post, Instagram story, reel, Facebook post, Facebook cover, all these options. So ads, TikTok, all of that. So we'll just start with an Instagram post, and when you go on there, you have a whole load of templates you can choose from. Some with video, some with not, as you can see. Some are actually moving. You can take that and then alter them, or you can just choose your own. So you can create a blank one. I'm going to go here. So here on the left, you can see all of these options. The design option, just different, generally different styles or templates that you could choose from if you want to. The styles ones. You could choose these backgrounds or color schemes. So first we're going to just go to the text and add a little bit of text. Fairly self-explanatory, but you add the text box here. Let's imagine we're doing something for your tutoring, like potentially maybe a grammar topic or something. Would you like to give me the name of a grammar topic?
Gerunds and infinitives.
Gerunds and infinitives, alright. I think I made a mistake there. So there you go. Can I highlight that? Here, you can go up there, you can change it to any font. Well, firstly, any size. Move it around, wherever you wish. Different font there. You can also search for a font. Handwriting. Gerunds and infinitives.
No, not that one.
Too much?
Too much, yeah. I like the one that was before actually. I thought it was nice and simple.
Okay, let's go back then.
Which one was that one?
I do not know.
Yeah.
Wasn't that one, was it?
But that's alright too actually. I don't mind it.
So you can grab the box, put it anywhere, and it gives you those useful indicators of whether it's centered. Centered.
Okay, so it's similar to Word, but it's a bit more user friendly. It has a few more.
I would say so.
Yeah.
You can change the color. You can either choose a color here, or you can go here and choose anything on the spectrum. So then, hold on, where, for example.
Does it need to be highlighted first to change the color? Maybe.
There we go. Change the color. Do you want to choose red? There we go. Not really. And so when you click on the box, you can change the actual text. So if you want to change, let's make it a little bit bigger. For example, and then when you click outside of it, you can then change the background. So you can put in an animation if you wish.
That's nice. I like the second. No, sorry, the first one that you're using. That one.
Alright, let's choose the sleek animation. On entering and on exit. See, there are a whole load of options that you can give. It's quite interesting. You can choose a different background. Background color. Blues. Bit too much of a clash. You have the message. And there's a timer on the actual animation. When you go there and when you don't.
What does that do? Sorry.
Or because when we change the text, when we put the animation on the text, we gave it a timer for when it kind of flowed in,
Oh, okay.
when it didn't. At the moment, it's taking 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
The animation, we can change it if we want.
To make it quicker or okay, yeah, that makes sense.
There we go.
So you can even set that. That's good.
Pretty impressive. There are a whole load of different options there. The options are many. So then,
You can do that to it as
yeah,
well.
you can also glow. You have to actually do that. You can change it, obviously. That's just a preset. You can then alter. Let's remove that.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you wanted to do that and have a background, you could then you could draw anywhere if you wish. If you're confident in your
Not really.
pad
So I would be just
pad drawing skills, then what we talked about before is the elements.
Mm-hmm.
You can add different elements. So these are different pictures, different animations.
Can you bring in external in?
You can. So there you go. You can do uploads. You can upload. This is one that I had before, just with the grammar and the pens there in the corner. You can also then have. You can introduce images from your computer. You can record yourself and have it straight there. You can put videos and audios there. Upload any of your files.
Are they short videos? Do you know? Just like a small little message or?
How long do you think you would want them to be if it were an advertising thing?
A few seconds.
Yeah, so that's the recommendation. I think they do record for longer, but you want the short videos just to be there, again, that kind of uncluttered, lack of busyness there. So again, if we go back to the elements, you can introduce a whole lot of things there. Does anything take your fancy?
I'm thinking of associations and infinities.
You can also type.
Yeah.
Type in anything.
Okay. Let's see if this would give anything. No.
Nothing.
Grammar maybe.
Maybe grammar.
Okay, yeah. This one is interesting, or this one. That would need to move, right? Because there's too much going on. Do I have to remove it before I?
Yeah, you'd have to click on it and delete it.
Yeah, okay. That's a pro one. Pro as well, but it's there. Okay.
Yeah, so it would have the watermarks. Yeah, if you had the pro program, that would be totally fine. You could add the frame, you could add the
Frame? Where do you have the frame?
grid. That would be the design. You'd go there and you'd add it from there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so you get a bit of an indication of where things are going. You could put that there if you wish. Add something else in the next corner, however you were thinking.
I'm making it bigger.
Bigger?
Okay, just like that.
Yeah, so just like any kind of standard.
Making it, okay. Lots to play around with.
Yeah, so you can play around, and most of these are free at the moment. There are extra programs which you would have to sign up for, which you actually have to pay for, but you can do a heck of a lot just with the actual basic program there. I'm going to take you now and actually show you a little bit about how you can mess around with the actual the preset ones here. So again, with an Instagram post, you can come here. Does any take your fancy?
Let's go with the simple one.
The simple one. Alright. So you click on this one. Comes here, and you can just customize right here. So 100% fully customizable. Edit and download. So you can actually have the app on your phone as well, and you can share directly to any of the social medias.
So I can use it in the same way through my phone as well.
Yeah. And I think there may be some features on the internet, on the website which aren't on the app, but that's pretty standard. So yeah, customize this one, and you can go on here, and now you have this. You you can change it in any way you want. You can add different features. So now you have this preset. You can change the text, you can change the tones, you can change these pictures, which are here, tilted, and add it to there. So yeah, if you want to add the border, you can.
Maybe change the color. I like it to be.
That's changing the text.
The color of it?
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
change the color of the text.
Let's say black. I like that.
You like that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of adaptation there, adaptation. Alright, and like, I haven't shown you this yet, but because it's a post, you can also add different pages. You can add multiple pages to your post. So you can add however many pages you would want to your Instagram post, add a few.
So you can
Line them
add
up.
the same one repeatedly with different
Yeah.
texts
Yeah, you can
to
add the same
keep
one,
the same
have the
thing.
continuity,
Okay. Yeah.
exactly.
So like if you wanna like for the grammar point you can have the first one can be the title page, and then you can follow on giving a small
Yeah.
little description or something.
So what would you have? You'd have like the title page, the next page would be.
A small little explanation, then an example,
An
or 2-3
example.
examples, something like that.
Nice, a few different ones.
Yeah.
Cool. And you could choose, you could mix it up all different
And
ones.
you can add a little quick video with just one sentence of how you would say it, because that shouldn't take too long. Maybe add that.
Yeah. Well, like at the end, you'd add a little thing.
Yeah. How to say it, maybe if you need pronunciation in there.
Yeah, you can do all that here.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. The last thing I actually want to show you then here is that when you finish this, if that's how you want it, and you want to keep it like that, and you want to use it, all you have to do is share. You can copy the link and send it to yourself. You can you can send it to other people if you want. You can change this here. Anyone with the link, send it to colleagues, people at work, post it straight to Instagram, or you can download it and make it so that you can change it later, or you can print it straight there, or share directly to social medias.
Schedule as well.
Yeah. So there are a lot of different options. And then if you want to send it to people who can't, if you want people to actually be able to change the link, like change the thing, or you want it just to be a view only, you can send it to them as well. So there are a lot of different options here. Do you have any questions about this so far, about this part?
No, sounds good. Yeah.
And as I said, like, you can have the app on your phone, so it's far more easily on the go. That's actually, unless you have any more questions, that was just a very basic overview, a few of the more kind of theoretical ideas that we said before, then a little brief overview of the practical. Do you have any questions at the moment?
No, I think everything was explained well. It's just a matter of practicing and then seeing how it go, and maybe have questions further.
Always.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, in that case, I think as per the program, I'll email you with 2 different Canva-based assignments that I want you to complete within 2 days, and I'll probably check back in with you in 2 days' time to see how you're going with those. If you need any help, you can always email me, let me know, and we'll proceed from there. All good?
All good, thank you.
Thanks, Maria.
Thanks.